In this video, I will show you how to properly scratch and attach. You have to do the technique scratch and attach whenever you want to attach two different pieces of clay together. For this, you will need a scratching tool such as a fork or a toothpick, but I think the fork or the spork works really well. And you need some slip, that mixture of clay and water that acts like glue. So here's a slab I have of some clay. And I'm going to show you first how I would scratch and attach a simple sphere. So I want this sphere to be put onto this other piece of clay. I'm attaching them both together. I can't just press it on and expect it to stay. It looks like it's staying, but when the clay dries, that will pop off. The first thing you have to do is make those scratches. Now, scratches does not mean that I'm poking holes into my clay. It's a scratching motion with that fork. Pretend like the clay is itchy. It needs a scratch. It roughens up the surface of the clay. I also need to make scratches on the other piece of clay where I'm going to attach it. So you can see that I put some scratches there, and I want to put this here. But before I stick them together, I need to get a little bit of this glue. The slip goes on my finger, and I pat it onto the scratches. Now I'm not going to rub it in because I don't want to rub my scratches away. You can see how it's in there. If it bothers you to have it on your finger, you can wipe it off on your placemat. Now that I have the glue, I am prepared to press these together. The scratches on the sphere are touching the scratches on the slab. And that is scratch and attach. That will not fall off. If I were doing scratch and attach on a coil, for example, I would do the scratching motion on one side of the coil, like that, and I would have to put scratches on the other piece of clay where I want that coil to go. There are the scratches here. Now I'll put my glue on. It doesn't matter if I put the glue on this or I put the glue on the coil. As long as I use the glue, it doesn't matter. Okay. And I gently but firmly turn this over so that the scratches on this coil are touching the scratches on the slab. Press it in place. There's another example of scratch and attach. Now you'll notice that sometimes the slip might ooze out a little bit. That's okay, because all you have to do is use your finger to smooth it away. If you made some scratches out here that you didn't need, in other words, people can still see some of your scratches, like maybe there's some in there, you can smooth those away with a wet finger as well. You don't want people to see that. Use good craftsmanship. And that is a simple way to do scratch and attach.